Travis Wayne Goodsell. We have breaking astronomical news. I don't know why I didn't check the star that Venus was next to, but I did. And as you saw there at the beginning of the screen, Venus is right there with Atlas, the star Atlas, by the Pleiades, who are some of his daughters. This is very fascinating. I never got into the study of Greek mythology, and so as I'm reading over about Atlas, I'm going, holy crap. Because I've already talked to you guys about how Nelson has been identified as Mars, and Mars is now before the mouth of the goat beast constellation of Capricorn, and the goat beast Lucifer. That's the inverted pentagram, the goat head, and so it's April 2020 General Conference. Nelson is at the mouth of Lucifer for conference. He's speaking the words of Lucifer for conference. And if you're not paying attention to the other things that I've been discussing, Nelson is the false prophet of John's Revelation, and the one whom Jesus warned about in the latter days. And I've been talking to you about the signs in the heavens and how to interpret them, and so on and so forth and forever. Amen and amen. And so over the weekend, Venus is right there, right now even, by Atlas. And I didn't know there was a connection. I thought that, okay, well, maybe she's got to be at the horns to have some kind of a connection. Okay. Whew. It's the other program. And so I was kind of confused, and then I am studying up on my Greek mythology about Atlas. Atlas was one of the Titans, and the Titans were those who warred against the Olympians. The Olympians are the head gods, and so Venus represents the church, the Mormons, whereas Venus represents the embodiment of the organization of the church. Virgo, sorry. Venus, Mormons, Virgo, church organization. And thus, out of the church organization, John in Revelation 12 tells us the last days Messiah is to come from. And I have been telling you that over and over again. And so Atlas warred against the Olympians and was punished by Zeus, Yah. That's my discovery. Did you know that? Zeus. Us is the grammatical termination for masculine singular. So cut that off, you get the root word Zu, which is Z-E. The E in Paleo-Hebrew is the He. And it's kind of confusing because when the Jews got taken into captivity into Babylon, they adopted the language of the Semitic language of the Babylonian Assyrians and altered Hebrew, Paleo-Hebrew, into Hebrew. And that's why Jews think they're Semitic, and that's why anti-Semitism is related to Jews from Babylon, but their origins are not from Babylon. origins are Egyptian. And so the Z and the E in Greek correspond to the Yod and the He in Hebrew that makes up the God name Yah of the Hebrews. And so Zeus and Yah are from the same origin, same exact spelling. It's like Christians call their God Jesus Christ, Mormons call their God Jesus Christ. But it's completely different gods, completely different mythologies, but it's the same exact name, same spelling. So that's how it is in Greek and Paleo-Hebrew. And so Atlas is condemned to hold up the celestial bodies, not the earth. That was an artist during the Dark Ages who made that mistake. But everybody now believes that that's what it is, and now we call our Atlas maps, because of that error of the painter. And so what you have for the mythology is a Greek poet by the name of Polyidus. The Y and the I together there is messing me up. He was around 400 BCE. Atlas was a shepherd encountering Perseus. Now, who is Perseus? The son of Zeus, who's half man, half God. He's the Jesus figure of the gospel narratives. The son of Zeus, who is Yah, who is Jesus Christ. And yes, it's confusing because the New Testament Gospels have been mistranslated. Perseus turns him to stone as a result of Medusa, the head chopping, holds up Medusa, turns him to stone. But another author, Ovid, is more detailed, combines him with Hercules, but instead of a shepherd, he's now a king. A false king, because Hercules is the true king, the one to restore the throne of his father, the kingdom of Zeus, in the Greek mythology. Just like Perseus, likewise, son of Zeus, to restore the kingdom on earth. So you can see how it's related to our current events, as the Messiah is to restore the kingdom of David and has to battle against the false king and the false high priest, because we don't have a theology or theocracy. When they're split, we have a king on the throne of America now, and we have the false son of perdition on the throne here in Utah. You gotta watch my videos, guys. It's from 2 Thessalonians, if you're curious. And so, Atlas is pretending is the bad guy. And the Mormons are next to the bad guy, the false leader. As Mars, who I've identified as Nelson, is at the mouth of the goat beast, speaking the words of Lucifer. Do you see what we got going on here? Mormons are still siding with the wrong religious leader for conference. So that's just awesome, but terrifyingly horrifying. But yeah, here's let's see. Perseus arrives in Atlas's kingdom and asks for shelter. declaring he is a son of Zeus. Atlas, fearful of a prophecy which warned of a son of Zeus stealing his golden apples from his orchard, refuses Perseus's hospitality. Atlas is turned not just into stone by Perseus, but an entire mountain range. Mountain range? Atlas's kingdom is by a mountain range? Yes. Where was that? During Atlas, embodiment of the Isis. Where did I read about the mountains that he was? Because we're the Mount Olympus, which Utah has a Mount Olympus. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, the Atlas Mountains, inhabited by Berbers, in the region inhabited by Berbers. And Berbers are Amazighs, are an ethnic group of several nations, mostly indigenous to North Africa. North Africa? Some parts of West. So, not Egypt, but west of Egypt. But yeah, turning to stone. Mountain ranges. Atlas's head, the peak, his shoulders, ridges, and his hair, the woods. The prophecy did not relate to Perseus stealing the golden apples, but Hercules, another son of Zeus, and Perseus's great-grandson. Tree of Life, anybody? Golden apples is another error in cartooning or painting. Had the tree of the knowledge of good and evil be an apple. Oops. But yeah, all tied together into one great whole. Fascinating. And so yes, the Mormons have sided with Atlas, the false king, the false shepherd. And then go to Jeremiah 23 and you will make the connection. Unbelievable. It brings tears to my eyes, literally. Fascinating. Okay. So there you go. My God. We are in Armageddon. All prophesied.